Hello, right. I'm going to show you how to plant a plant. I mean, this happens to be a standard rose, but this is how you plant any plant. First of all, you dig a hole twice the size of the pot. Then you put some nice compost in the bottom of the hole. And you do that until the plant or the top of the pot is level with the surrounding soil. And then you knock the pot off. Put it in. Make sure it's... I'll put the cane on the windward side, but we're going to put a proper cane on this. And then your soil that you've dug out, you mix that with your compost. So you want... This is peat from the compost. So you put it on top of your soil like that. And then, because that's got all the nutrients in it, and then you put your soil and your compost back in the hole and you firm it down really hard so there's no air spaces. Right, and then what you do is stamp it down with your heel, make sure that there's no air spaces and it's not going to rock around. What happens is that this is going to have to get a stake and some tree ties on, because if the wind blows it backwards and forwards, every time it tries to root out into the garden, it'll be snapping them fine roots. So that's why you put a stake on, and you can put a stake that way, or you can put one this side and just get some tree ties on and put it on. I've not got one with us today because we didn't know we were doing it, but there we go. You see, I've got it exactly level with the surrounding soil. Now, what you can do now is you can get a bag of bulbs. You don't have to plant them as a lasagna. You could just plant them in little clusters all the way around that now. And then you'd have daffodils and tulips and muscari and stuff coming through next spring, and that gives you a little bit more extra. And then once you put your bulbs in, you put this on. This is Melcote Mini Chip, pine chip. Now what this does, you put this over your bulbs, just cover, you want really minimum of 2 inches, maximum of about 3 or 4 inches. Put that all over your soil. And what that'll do, that'll stop any weeds coming up. So if you cover your soil in that, no weeds will come up, your daffodils will come through it, and the worms will munch all this up, and eventually you'll just have to keep topping it up. But it looks great, and also it saves any weeding. And if you do get weeds coming through it, they're that thin, they're dead easy to pull out. Interesting fact. I forgot to say, give it a really good soak now. Give it at least a bucket of water and a 2-gallon watering can, and get all that soil stuck to them roots, and then it can start growing. And then you'll have lovely roses next summer. Interesting fact.